আমার প্রিয় FCPS এর এক্সামিনার বৃন্দ এবং পরীক্ষার্থী বৃন্দ, আমরা প্রতি বছর 2 বার FCPS পরীক্ষা দিয়ে থাকি। এই পরীক্ষার জন্য বাংলাদেশ কলেজ অফ ফিজিশিয়ান্স এর যেমন অনেক প্রস্তুতির প্রয়োজন পড়ে, ঠিক তেমনি পরীক্ষার্থীদেরও তাদের পড়াশোনার অনেক প্রস্তুতির প্রয়োজন পড়ে। আর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে যে সমস্ত সেন্টারগুলিতে এক্সামিনেশনগুলি হয়, সেই এক্সামিনেশন সেন্টারগুলিকেও প্রচুর প্রস্তুতি নিতে হয়, কারণ প্রস্তুতি ছাড়া কোনো কাজই সুন্দরভাবে সম্পন্ন করা যায় না। তো আমাদের সেন্টার যেটা আমাদের CMH ঢাকাতে, সেই সেন্টারে আমরা গত 4-5 বার ধরে আমরা এই সেন্টারটি আমাদের ওপেন হয় এবং তারপর থেকে আমরা পরীক্ষা পরিচালনা করে আসছি। যারাই আমাদের এখানে পরীক্ষক হিসেবে এসেছেন অথবা যারা পরিদর্শক হিসেবে এসেছেন, তারা সবাই আমাদের এই পরীক্ষা পদ্ধতিটিকে অত্যন্ত পছন্দ করেছেন। তাই আমি সবার সঙ্গে আমরা কিভাবে পরীক্ষা নেই এই জিনিসটা একটু শেয়ার করতে চাই। তো পরীক্ষা নেওয়ার আগে সাধারণত ইমেইল অথবা মেসেজের মাধ্যমে আমরা BCPS থেকে জানতে পারি যে কারা আমাদের এক্সামিনার হবেন এবং আমাদের এখানে কতজন পরীক্ষার্থী আসবে পরীক্ষা দিতে, এবং এর একটি তালিকা সহ আমরা আগের দিন দুপুরবেলা একটি অত্যন্ত গোপনীয় একটি প্যাকেট পেয়ে যাই, যেটি শুধুমাত্র কনভেনরের জন্য। কনভেনর ছাড়া ওই জিনিসটি আর কেউ দেখে না। তো ওই প্যাকেটটি পাওয়ার পরে আমরা আমাদের কাছে কয়জন স্টুডেন্ট আসবে, কে কে আমাদের এক্সামিনার আসবে, সেগুলি আমরা জেনে নেই। তখন আমি কনভেনর হিসেবে আমার যে প্রস্তুতি সেটা আমি শুরু করি। সেটা কি, আমি তখন চিন্তা করি যে কোন কোন এক্সামিনার, তাদেরকে আমি ফোন করে জানিয়ে দিই যে কখন তাকে আমাদের সেন্টারটিতে এসে পৌঁছাতে হবে এবং কখন আমরা প্রি এক্সামিনেশন মিটিংটি শুরু করব। সাধারণত পরীক্ষা যদি আমরা 8টা থেকে শুরু করে থাকি, তাহলে প্রি এক্সামিনেশন মিটিংটি আমরা করি হচ্ছে গিয়ে তার আধা ঘন্টা আগে। তো এইভাবে আমরা পরীক্ষার শুরুর টাইম অনুযায়ী আমরা আমাদের এই টাইমটি ঠিক করে নেই। আর যদি পরীক্ষা 9টায় হয় তাহলে মিটিংটি হয় আরো আধা ঘন্টা আগে। তো আমরা আমাদের মিটিং এর মধ্যে আমরা কি দেখাই সেই বিষয়টি আমি আপনাদেরকে বলি, যাতে করে এটাকে একটা আইডিয়াল সিস্টেম হিসেবে অন্যান্য সেন্টার যদি ফলো করে তাহলে একটি ভালো পরীক্ষা পদ্ধতি উপহার দেওয়া যায়, যেটি এক্সামিনার এবং এক্সামিনি সবার জন্যই অত্যন্ত ফ্রেন্ডলি, এবং সবাই এই পদ্ধতিতে পরীক্ষা নিয়ে এবং পরীক্ষা দিয়ে আনন্দ পেয়ে থাকে। তো আমাদের প্রি এক্সামিনেশন মিটিংটি শুরু হওয়ার সময় আমরা we tell everyone that use of mobile phone is strictly prohibited, so please submit your phone in the control room, and we conduct this meeting in the control room of the examination. So we take all the phones from everyone here with the initiation of the meeting. So we tell everybody the name of the center, name of the convener, name of the examiner, and name of the observer. And then we just remind them of the policies and principles and marking system of the BCPS, because everyone get these papers from the BCPS about how to conduct the examination, how to give marks, what are the marks in long case, what are the marks in short case, and what are the grading of the marks. So at the beginning, we just want to remind those things to our examiners. So for the long case, mark is 25, history taking, it takes 30 minutes, then break for the first candidate. If there is 6 candidates, then first candidate will start his exam after 10 minutes of completion of history taking and examination. Then examination will start. First, there is assessment. He will describe his case and will tell his sentence feature by 20 minutes. And then first examiner will ask question by 6 minutes, second examiner 6 minutes, and marking is, for the marking, the 2 examiners, they will mark separately and they will take 2 minutes to think about the performance of the candidate, and then he will give his own mark. There is no chance of discussion between the 2 examiners. Now, what are the components of the long case? So first examiner, he will see how the candidate is giving the history of the case, how he has performed his examination, how he has correlated history and examination to come to an interpretation, and then what is the diagnostic hypothesis. So these are the part which should be checked by the first examiner, and then second examiner will start from this part. After 6 minutes of the interrogation of the first examiner, he will ask about the formulation of the test, planning of the further assessment, if he required anything, then possible management options, what he is thinking, and he should know about the latest development of this field. Then follow up, how he will do the follow up of this case, when he will discharge the patient, and how he will counsel the parents of this patient. Now, what we see, sometimes we see that the first examiner is asking about or his component, again second examiner is asking the same thing. So there should not be any overlapping, and the question setting of the first examiner and interrogation of the first examiner should be different from that of the second examiner, so that all the part of the disease scenario will be covered, and the knowledge of the candidate can be assessed properly about a disease completely. Now, about the short case, 25 marks, 30 minutes time, and a student should rotate from minimum 4 case to more case as he can. Usually we give 4 cases. So this is a ask for task basis. We'll give something and we'll ask him to do something. So name of that is ask for task. So clinical methodology, someone may be asked, do the motor examination of the lower limb, like do the general examination and relevant, like examine the head and do the relevant, or something like that. And then after doing that, then cross-examination of the relevant finding, and then interpretation of these relevant finding. For example, examination of the head. So he examined the head, he found something, so he did that one. And then he interpret this finding, and then what are the other correlations we have to ask. So on the basis of the clinical methodology, what relevant he is doing and what we are getting from him, and then how he is interpreting his clinical findings, and then how he is correlating all these things to come to a conclusion. And then total number of cases, I have mentioned minimum 4 to maximum any number. And always there are 2 observers in the examination system. This is a training actually for the observer to become an examiner. So they need to be observer for 2 times before becoming an examiner. So it is the responsibility of the observer to observe the examination very closely and silently. They don't have any right to comment or to participate in the marking system. They just observe silently with the sole purpose orienting them to the methodology and art of examination. And they are to participate in no other way in the examination and assessment, but may interact with the examiner during intermission, during interrogation for their self-development. There are some points for the clinical organizer also, those who organize the cases, those who prepare the cases for the candidates. So they must be available throughout the day for conducting the exam. They will not stay inside the examination hall after the initiation of the examination unless being called by the convener for any service to the patient. They must be away from the interaction with the examinee, observer or examiner. So they will not listen what questions are asked and what answers are given by the candidate. There are some do not. Among them, ask the name of the trainer, name of the institute, name of the candidate is one. Then using harsh language, snub, shout at the candidates is forbidden. Communicate about performance with candidates by any expression, including facial one. Comment on candidates' performance during examination. Repeat the topic in the oral examination that was included in the written or practical examination. And speak in local language while conducting the examination. English is the medium of the examination of the College of Physicians and Surgeons. And about the marking examinations, examiners, they are expected to award the marks individually, not by consensus opinion or by mutual consultation among themselves. So, as there are 4 examiners, 2 will remain in the pair 1 and 2 will remain in the pair 2. And if there are, for example, if there are 6 candidates, 3 candidates will be in the examiner group 1 for the long case and 3 candidate is in the examiner group 2 for the long case. Then this group will come to this place for the short case, and this group will go to that position for the short case. So long case of 1 candidate will be taken by 1 group of examiner, and short case of that candidate will be taken by another group of examiner. Same examiner will not take both the long and the short case. Now, coming to the cases, as there is a syllabus for the FCPS examination, which we call here as matrix, and we try to actually cover the cases from whole syllabus, either as a form of long case or as a form of short case. We try to cover whole syllabus, and during our pre-examination meeting, our examiners, they participate in the selection of the cases. So just a demo of how we do it. So first of all, these clinical cases are available in this center for this time. In all cases, as it is a COVID pandemic time, we should perform the RT-PCR and the or rapid antigen test, and then this should be negative for all the candidates and their sick attendant. BCPS also has some pandemic notification in respect to COVID-19. So wearing mask for all A-level personnel in the examination. Please keep hands clean and properly disinfected. Please avoid face-to-face rather than stand on lateral side. Examiner will examine the candidate keeping a safe distance from the patient and candidate. Crossing by the examiner should take place at minimum of the 3 feet distance. So these are the notifications which should be followed by everyone. And we displayed all these notification in our examination hall and also in the corridors or in the rooms where the examinee or the student they are supposed to stay. Now, as I have mentioned that we follow the matrix, so you are seeing here that all the systems, patient from all the systems are included. So from the renal system, 6 cases, hematology, 4 cases, cardiovascular, 11 cases. So this is the matrix. And from all systems, you are seeing that at a glance, you are seeing that from all systems, there are cases available to assess our candidates. So in the nephrology, for example, you will find some cases like nephrotic. For example, now one of the examiner here, and these are the ID number of the cases. So if any examiner say, okay, select case number 1, then this is the identity of the case number 1. And case number 1 has his own handband where this ID number is written. So our clinical organizer, they will select case number 1 from there. So now if the examiner want to know what are the findings of the case number 1, then we will click here and we will go to the to that. So this is the case number 1. So if the examiner want to know what is the findings in him, what is his body weight or height, like this, so everything is available. So now if the examiner want to know anything from the clinical organizer, they will tell, and even cases will be remain ready for examination by the examiner himself. So now we are going back to the list. So now if any of the examiner want to see any case from here, we can show them immediately. For example, chronic kidney disease, so we'll show it here. Then after seeing the case, we can go back. Now, if case 1 is selected, so we'll write it that case 1 is temporarily selected. Maybe after examining the case. We may not take this case if any other good case we select. So we'll go to the list again. Now this renal system we have taken one, so we have to go to the hematology now. So in hematology there are some cases. So if examiner want to see now case number 10, so I will go to the case number 10. This is case number 10. These are the findings. Now if one examiner want to select it, we'll select, and then we'll keep ready our case number 10 for the checking by the examiner. Then we'll go back to our list. Now this is the list of all the hematology cases. Now if we say that okay, we'll take only one case from the hematology, then we'll go to the cardiovascular system. From the cardiovascular, there are many cases. These are their identification number. So if someone say, if one examiner that okay, show me number 20 or number 19. So we'll go to the 19, and then he will see all the findings of the 19. If he will select, then we will keep number 19 in our list for checking by the examiner. And at the same time, one clinical examiner will separate these cases from all the cases, because there are total 40 cases. So the one of the clinical organizer will pick up the cases which are selected here from the meeting, and he will keep them separate from all 40 cases. So we'll go back again. So this is the list of the cardiovascular. Then in this way, we can see the cases. For example, in the respiratory system, cystic fibrosis, we want to see what are the findings. So here are the findings and everything available. If it is selected, then our clinical organizer will keep note, and he will keep this patient separate for examination or checking by the examiner. Then we'll go back again. And in this way, we'll check all the cases up to our last number. And this is the last number is the GBS. So from the nervous system, if we want to see any case, we'll see this. And then if we select it, we'll select, and then we'll go back again. And if now we want to see now the summarize, so we can summarize from here. From renal system, we have taken one. From hematology, we have taken one. From cardiovascular, we have taken one. From respiratory, we have taken one. From the nervous system, we have taken one. From the connective tissue, we have taken one. So we have taken 6 long cases, as total number of candidates is 6. And 2 or 3 more we can take. If in case we don't take any one, then we can replace that with the other. So from all these cases, in the meeting, we'll select some of the cases, and then we'll examine all these cases. We'll take the examiner to the room where we keep all the patients ready with their ID number. So now we will repeatedly call where is number 1, where is number 6, where is like this. So all the ID numbers are displayed on the patient's chest, and then examiner will quickly check the patient, and if he is happy, then this patient will be distributed in the examination hall to various beds. And their ID number is, we know the ID number of the patient, so we will do the lottery according to the ID number of the patient. So then we'll go to the candidates. Candidate will stay in a separate room. So we'll go to that. That is the reception for the candidate. So we'll go to the reception room for the candidate. All the examiners, after the selection of the patient, we will visit all the candidates. We'll greet them, and we'll give them our identity, and we will wish them to have a very good examination for that day. And then we'll come back and we'll do the lottery. And after lottery, we'll start our examination in time. After 30 minutes break, first candidate will take rest for 10 minutes. And then we will start our long case. After the long case, we'll give a break for some time for the candidates to take some rest and for the refreshment. And then about 30 minutes later, we'll start the short case. And then short case, I actually forgot to mention about the short case selection. After selecting the long case, we will also select the short case at the same time during the meeting, and we will show the short cases also. While we will start our long case examination, we will select our short cases, and then after the short case will remain ready in another room, and during the break of the 30 minutes, about 15 minutes we will take for fixing the ask for task for the student, and then rest of the 15 minutes we will take preparation for taking exam. For example, if my candidate has a case of like thalassemia, then I will take preparation on thalassemia. I will quickly I will see what I will take reference. We have book in front of the examiners, so they can see from the book what they want to read, or what or if they need to know anything from the latest development. So we always keep the textbooks in the control room. If anybody want to ask, if know anything, or if anybody want to take any preparation, they can take it. So this is all about the preparation for the exam, and after that we do the marking. We prepare our mark sheet, and then we deposit the mark sheet. We write in the mark sheet very carefully so that there will be no mistake, and then we deposit that to the BCPS. Thank you for your patient hearing.